You're listening to Left Up the Valley 2.0, Atheist, Skeptic, and Humanist Radio.
Bradley, it's time for another Bradley moment, man.
Yes, sir. So this time brought to you by religion. Bianca Gracia is of the Republican Party, is running for election to the Texas State Senate to represent District 11. She is on the ballot in the Republican primary on March 1st, 2022. She hasn't, we haven't gotten there yet. But man, this lady's fun. And it almost appears that she's threatening everybody in Texas. So Benjamin, you better watch out. Because
have you got your? I was going to ask you if you have your concealed carry permit, but you don't need that.
You don't need
so
that.
never
I
mind.
don't need that. They give out guns and candy machines. Like they don't,
Yeah, you put a quarter, get that crane come down.
Yeah.
I want the Walter piece.
It pulls the trigger by accident.
Yeah, it sucks. The safety's off.
But it's one of those ones where it's
Safety.
like it's every time you get something because it's just full of bullets.
Yeah.
But it's
Play
a mix
till
of
you win.
bullets.
Like the one that's full of candy and you play till you win. Instead, it's just bullets. Okay.
Yeah.
I love it. Wait,
But
sorry.
yeah, so we've got a clip of her real quick on show.
All right.
And it shouldn't get us in trouble. I finally found one that won't get us in trouble.
No, that was
Bravo.
the earlier on in the show.
No, frankly, I don't care.
Okay.
We're gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna say all kinds of things that get us in trouble.
Today I just finished a interview with some pastors, and I told them, I said straight up, I said, I'm only going to win if the church shows up. That's it. If you do not show up, then you will be held accountable, because I have been appointed and assigned for this position, and the God is testing you all. I don't have anything else to say to you other than that. So you're going to either have to show up and show out, or you're going to have to deal with the Lord. And
The Lord.
I'm not saying that lightly, and I'm not saying it in a very horrific way either. But that's where we're at
What way
at
are you
this point.
saying it then?
That's where we're at. We've drawn the line.
Middle.
We're past the party lines. We are now fighting
Within our
a
own
very
party.
evil,
That's what they're
demonic,
doing.
It's a hierarchy.
Demonic.
It's just a hierarchy.
Everybody drink.
evil.
Come on,
You're
say
exactly
it.
right.
Wait, she didn't say Marxism or socialism? Bach.
I was
No,
looking for
You got
Satan.
demonic though.
Come on.
Wait. She is brilliant. She is brilliant. She knows who her audience is.
Yeah,
She knows she cannot win unless the evangelicals come out.
and she's telling them,
And she's
"Come on,
telling
vote
them.
because I am the appointed one. I'm your new
She
God."
knows exactly.
So let me
Yeah.
explain to you what's happening in Texas. Is there are two types of Republicans that are running. There's traditional Republicans, and then there's people like this. And what they're doing is they're eating themselves alive, right? Because they're like talking about all these Reno Republicans, right? That one that said things like insurgents or supported the January 6th community, and they are actively working against them. These are the real Republicans that want to shut down the January 6th Commission. They want to shut down all this normal stuff. They're screaming, drain the swamp. Like there literally are signs that are against other Republicans saying these things about them, like, oh, they sided with the Dems
Jeez.
on January 6th. It's like, you mean on the straight up insurgency? Like this is none of it was good. This wasn't like a friendly hangout where everyone was high-fiving each other. Like, it was bad.
Yeah, they sided with the people against crimes. Like, jeez Louise. Wow. Yeah.
No,
So,
and it's a scary thought, because it's exactly and the type of grift she's pulling works, because this
Yeah.
is what
Yeah.
kind of got Donald Trump in there. And if she's successful enough as a politician on a lower level, she could actually use that same reasoning and say, I've been appointed by God as your next president or whatever, and she could probably pull it off.
I think she's got that there's a foil there that's going to trip her up, and that is she is a woman, and
Yes.
she's probably telling a whole bunch of guys who are very, very evangelical. So there is a part of a woman in your place there.
Not
So-
just that, but I'm just going to go out on
Yeah.
a limb and say she's also a woman of color.
Yeah.
Her last
Yeah.
name's Garcia, and she's got some pretty dark hair.
This is
so
Texas.
I mean, I'm not, and it is Texas. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if she's not totally a woman of color, she's got.
Well, she
Partially
started.
She's partially shady.
She's
Yeah,
the
don't
co-founder of. I mean, you're right because she's the co-founder and president of Latinos for Trump organization.
Oh, there we go.
Well, so
Okay.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's not gonna get very far purely because of that.
No.
Because
Well, I mean,
Republicans are racists.
right? No, I mean it doesn't seem to matter. Like, and that we have a lot of Latinx folks in Florida, and that's what always turns us red every time because it's just such a
Really?
huge. They actually vote predominantly to the right. Always.
Mostly because they're strongly
Religion.
Catholic leaning,
They're
and
super
it's
religious. Yeah.
abortion.
There's
And
also
Abortion is the biggest sticker
that
there.
makes sense. Yeah. Okay, I can see
Oh,
that. Okay.
also in Florida, there's a lot of Cubans or Cuban families who went from Cuba to
Refugees
the
from
U.S.
Cuba.
So there's a huge like anti-Marxism type
Mhm.
thing, which Cuba's not really communist, but whatever.
No.
Yeah.
It was close enough, apparently.
You know,
so-
There's a lot that I don't know about the United States.
Well,
just
you
the
know, in the U.S., as soon
stereotypes
as
that
you're
you're
not
taught.
full capitalist in the States, you're communist. So that's how people view it. But I
Yeah.
also love the way how she just blatantly says it. You know, she just
Yeah.
comes out real straightforward and says it. You know, you
Yeah.
don't vote for me.
I won't get in, and it's all
I
your
won't
fault.
get in. It's your fault. God's gonna be angry at you. She just absolutely says
Yeah.
it. And falls
Vote for
apart.
me or it was vote for me or burn in hell. That was like really what it sounded like. Yeah.
She literally said she was appointed by God, like appointed by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was prophesy or something.
Yeah, and she's already done this before. She already got like heckled because before she was like, I've already, I've been appointed, and that God has appointed me for this position, and everybody's like, nobody's voted yet, dude. Like, calm down. Like, it was crazy.
But she's doing like Trump and just kind of stating it as fact even before it is
Yeah.
fact.
No,
Yep.
that's
And then
true.
if she doesn't get the primary, then she can say it's all fake. They fixed it.
Yeah, so she'll just get out a Sharpie, right? And then you can just
the next 10 years are going to show exactly the legacy of Trump.
Yeah.
Which is how people do politics. It's not, so much of stupidity and all the stupid things he's done and said.
Mhm.
It's how people do politics, and it's a scary, scary world we're going in. Anyway,
yeah, that Trump. Trump and the product of social media basically deciding our elections.
Agreed.
Getting news through social media and all that's fairly new. So.
On that scary note, thank you so much, Bradley. Let's take a quick pause, and when we come back, we'll be talking to Janice Selby, and we're talking about her new show and Court 2022 for the conference on religious trauma 2022. So that'll be very fun. All right, so stay with us, and we'll be right back.
I have a story real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
How dare
So
you.
I worked at an adult store for about 6 months or so when I was late 20s. It was awesome. Anyways, I remember this. We had a rule, of course, nobody under 18 can come in. Great. Now, if somebody brought in like a 2-year-old, I wasn't gonna. That's like fine. They're not gonna remember this. And somebody brought in like it was a 2 or 3-year-old, and the kid was a little upset. And she went over to our candy machine, which had little candy penises. Cranked it, and she's like, "He's not gonna know."
I love it.
That was one of the best days.
It was a handful of dick.
Did it make everything better?
He did calm down a little bit after that because candy's candy.
Yeah,
Right.
makes it better for me.
Even the day keeps the doctor away.
Right.
Okay, let's
Okay,
start
see,
the show.
I have to stop this recording now. I have to start a new one because of that story. So-
That's perfect.
Do you?
Yeah, exactly. Do you?
Yeah, right. Perfect. Let's do this. Okay, recording in a 3, 2, 1.